Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in the last session we have started discussing about coordination compounds or coordination chemistry. Well, the continuous part of the chapter, well, that is in this session we are going to look for the next concept of the chapter, that is Werner's theory. Werner's theory for coordination compounds. Well, in the last session we have discussed about what we have considered type of bond, that is covalent bond. Okay, covalent bond, ionic bond, and coordinate bond. So if we consider coordination compounds, yes, they are going to contain what type of bond? They are going to have a coordinate covalent bond, or simply called a coordinate bond. So here how this coordinate bond is formed means sharing of electron pair by one of the atom, sharing of a pair of electrons by only one of the atom during bond formation leads to formation of what? Coordinate bond. Well known example we consider formation of an ammonium ion. Here what happens? Nitrogen is going to share its lone pair of electrons with hydrogen. Okay, so resultant will be an ammonium ion. So as like if you consider coordination compounds, yes, in coordination compounds also there will be what type of bond exists? There exists a coordinate bond. Well, what are all present in a coordination compound? We said transition metals. Okay, usually transition metals, transition metal, it may be atom, transition metal, atom or ion, they have a tendency of forming what? They have a tendency of forming coordination compounds. Yes, why they show tendency of forming coordination compound means it's because of, okay, variable, first and foremost thing, variable oxidation state, and second thing, availability availability of vacant orbitals. So why transition elements, that is atoms as well as ions, they have a greater tendency of forming complex compounds, or you can say coordination compounds, means because of two major reasons. One is as they are going to show variable oxidation state, and second thing, due to availability of vacant d orbitals. Okay, so they have a greater tendency of forming complexes. Well, by analyzing various cobalt, okay, cobalt ammonia complexes, okay, by analyzing various cobalt ammonia complexes, Alfred Werner for the first time proposed a theory about what? For about coordination compounds. Well, so Alfred Werner, he proposed a theory for what? Theory for coordination compounds. Well, this Werner theory has certain postulates. So the postulates of Werner theory are, the first postulate is metal possesses, okay, in an coordination compounds, if you consider any kind of coordination compound, in coordination compound metal possesses two type of valencies. So metal possesses two types of valencies, or you can say linkages, two types of valency, or I can say linkages. Well, what are those? They are named as primary valency, or I can say primary linkages, and secondary valency. So if you consider Werner's theory, what is the first postulates? In an coordination compounds, metal possesses two types of valencies. They are called primary valency and secondary valency. So primary valency, what it is? It is also called ionizable valency, which means the primary valency involves in the ionization, so called ionizable valency, and secondary valency is called non-ionizable valency. So the first postulates a coordination compound. In a coordination compound, metal possesses two types of valencies. What are those? Primary valency and secondary valency. So primary valency is also called ionizable valency, while secondary valency is called non-ionizable valency. Well, is the first postulate. Second postulate is, if you consider primary valency, what it is? Primary valency indicates the number of ionic bonds present. Number of ionic bonds present per complex molecule in a complex molecule. Number of ionic bonds in the sense, in another words, we say primary valency is nothing but it is the oxidation state of the central metal atom, or even I can say ion. So got it? What is the primary valency? Primary valency, which is equal to number of ionic bonds present in a complex compound, or in another words, what we can say, it is the oxidation state of the central metal atom or ion indicates the primary valency. Okay, well, then what about secondary valency then? Secondary valency is nothing but it is the number of coordinate bonds, total number of coordinate bonds. Then what it is? Number of coordinate bond in the sense, it indicates the coordination number. Okay, that is a metal atom maybe get surrounded by are going to have any number of coordinate bonds. Say they may going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 possibilities. They may going to have the central metal atom or ion may going to contain 2 coordinate bonds. They may are going to form 2 coordinate bonds, 3 coordinate bonds, 4 coordinate bonds, 5 coordinate bonds, or 6 coordinate bonds. So whatever the stable coordination compounds isolated or studied, what is noticed? This coordination compounds going to have either 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 coordinate bonds. So please remember here, primary valency refers to number of ionic bonds, or in turn what we can say, the oxidation state of the central metal atom or ion indicates the primary valency. Well, on the other hand, what about secondary valency? Secondary valency indicates the number of coordinate bonds present in a complex compound. Coordinate bonds, in other words, we say coordination number indicates the secondary valency. Okay, well, so it can be better understood with the example. Well, so here compound ionization, number of moles of silver chloride formed from 1 mole of a compound, and a total number of ions in a solution. So the first example, COCl3, okay, just I will write that COCl3 dot 6NH3. Okay, so here is the compound 6NH3 means here ammonia, NH3 and Cl3 both going to act as ligands, or we can say here they are going to donate its electron pair to the central metal atom or ion. So it is the metal. Okay, which means how I can rewrite it? Cobalt is gets surrounded by how many ammonia molecules? 6 ammonia molecules. So maximum 6. Okay, so cobalt is going to form, the metal is going to form maximum 6 coordinate bonds. So CONH3 6 times. And what about Cl3? All Cl3 are present outside the complex, which means here, so if you consider ionization of this, so CONH3 NH3 6 times. Okay, well, 3 plus 3 Cl minus, so it should be no. So if it is the form COCl3 dot 6 NH3, say how I am writing, what is the basis of this, on what basis I have written this means, say when this mixture, when this complex compound is treated with the silver chloride solution, sorry, silver nitrate solution, AgNO3, aqueous silver nitrate solution, what they noticed is there will be formation of 3 moles of silver chloride. 3 moles of silver chloride is formed. When 3 moles of silver chloride will be formed, when all Cl minus ions are present outside the sphere, means ionization. If they involve in ionization, then only we are going to get a 3 moles of silver chloride, which indicates that all chloride ions are present, okay, in the ionization sphere, or in simple words what I can say, they are going to make a ionic bonds. Okay, they are going to make a ionic bonds. All 3Cl, okay, all 3 chloride ions are going to make ionic bonds. Therefore, what is the primary valency? Primary valency is 3. And what about 6 ammonia? All 6 ammonia molecules are going to make what? Coordinate bonds. Okay, coordinate bonds. Coordinate bonds. Therefore, what I can say here, 6 is the secondary valency. So primary valency 3 and secondary valency is 6. Okay, and how many ions produced in the solution? So is the one ion CONH3, 6 times 3 plus is the one ion, and 3 Cl minus ions. Totally 4 ions present in a solution. So what is the form? If when COCl3 dot 6NH3 is treated with silver, aqueous silver nitrate solution, if it produces 3 moles of silver chloride, then what I can notice here? We can say here all chloride ions are going to make ionic bond with the cobalt, central metal ion. Therefore, primary valency is 3 and all 6 ammonia molecules are going to make coordinate bond. Therefore, secondary valency is 6. Okay, well, similarly, if you consider the one more formula, well, now what I have written here, COCl3 dot 5NH3. Okay, 5NH3. So well, here all ammonia molecules are going to act as a ligand, means they are involved in what? Involved in the coordinate bond formation, no doubt. So maximum, how maximum is going to form 6, right? So it has a possibility, cobalt has a possibility of making one more bond, coordinate bond. So that one more coordinate bond is made with what? One chloride ion. So outside the sphere there will be 2 chlorides. Well, here now what I can see here, the central metal atom, that is ion cobalt, is going to make 5 coordinate bond with ammonia and 1 coordinate bond with what? Chloride ion. So totally secondary valency, if I consider secondary valency, how much? 6 itself. What about primary valency here? Primary valency, yes, we have to consider the number of ionic bonds present. So if you consider when it is treated with aqueous silver nitrate, okay, aqueous silver nitrate, so what they observed is there will be formation of 2 moles of silver chloride precipitate. When this complex is treated with the aqueous silver nitrate solution, they end up with 2 moles of silver chloride. Then what it is? 2 moles of silver chloride means there will be 2 Cl which are going to make a ionic bond. Out of 3 Cl, 2 Cl are going to make a ionic bond. Then therefore, what is the primary valency? Primary valency is 2. So the number of moles. So if I consider ionization, it is a form CONH3 5 times Cl complex ion 2 plus 2 Cl minus. Okay. Well, then if you consider number of silver chloride formed, number of moles of silver chloride formed will be 2 moles. Then what about total number of ions here? So one is the complex ion CONH3 5 times Cl 2 plus and 2 Cl minus. Totally 3 ions present in a solution. So it is another form. Well, if you consider one more, well, now here what we are given, COCl3 dot of 4NH3 is another type of a complex. Okay, name of these complexes later we think of name of this. So now here, so this complex COCl3 dot 4NH3, okay, COCl3 dot 4NH3 when treated with the aqueous silver nitrate, what they noticed is there will be formation of only 1 mole of silver chloride. They found only 1 mole of silver chloride precipitate. Then what about another two? Another two is not involved in a ionization. Okay, so out of 3 chloride ions, ammonia is not involved in ionization, all 4 ammonia is not involved in ionization, and 2 Cl minus ions, 2 chloride ions are also not involved in ionization. Only one chloride ion involved in ionization, which means what is the form they considered? Yes, out of 3 chloride ions, sorry, 2 chloride ions not involved in ionization and 4 ammonia is not involved in ionization. Therefore, what happens? See is the form. Say cobalt is going to make 4 coordinate bonds with ammonia and 2 coordinate bonds with the 2 coordinate bonds with the chlorine. Therefore, 6. What about a secondary valency? Secondary valency is 6. Then coming to the primary valency, say one cobalt is going to make one ionic bond with the chloride, or I can say one chloride ion is going to make ionic bond with the cobalt. Therefore, primary valency is 1. Okay. Well, so here if you consider form CO NH3 4 times Cl2 plus Cl minus. So how many moles? Only 1 mole of silver chloride is formed in the solution, and number of ions produced is only 2. CONH4 Cl2 plus Cl minus. Okay. Well, and another form Well, so if you consider next postulates of the Werner theory is every metal, every central metal atom or ion, it has a tendency to satisfy both its primary as well as secondary valencies. So whatever the metal atom or ion present in the complex, so they are going to show a greater tendency of satisfying both primary as well as secondary valencies. Okay, well, so if you consider primary valencies, generally primary valencies are satisfied by what? Primary valencies are satisfied by either positively charged species or negatively charged species. Okay, and the secondary valencies are satisfied by negatively charged ions. So for example, chlorides, bromide. Okay, neutral molecules like ammonia, and even positively charged ions, NO plus nitrosonium. So in general, primary valencies, okay, is satisfied by either positive or negative ions. Secondary valencies are satisfied by negatively charged species, neutral molecules, and even positively charged species. Okay. Now if you consider complex, say we have written one form CONH3 6 times. Okay, Cl3. The name of this complex is hexamine cobalt 3 chloride. Okay, well, later I will discuss regarding IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compounds. Just remember, so CONH3 taken 6 times, Cl3 hexamine cobalt 3 chloride is the name of a complex. So when this complex, okay, hexamine cobalt 3 chloride complex, when dissolved in water, okay, when dissolved in a water, what happens? It splits into constituent ions, that is hexamine cobalt 3 ion, a complex ion is formed, hexamine cobalt 3 ion, and 3Cl minus ion will be produced. Okay, well, so here NH3. So what is the difference now? What is the difference between ammonia and chloride? Means here ammonia act as a ligand. So ammonia act as a ligand. Later I will discuss regarding ligand name. Okay, meaning of a ligand also. Now consider in this complex ammonia act as a ligand. Okay, and what about that Cl minus? Say ligand in the sense is going to make a coordinate bond with the central metal atom or ion. So here 6 ammonia molecules are going to donate its lone pair of electron to the central cobalt metal. Okay, so they are going to donate its lone pair of electrons by making a coordinate bonds. So these solid lines indicates coordinate bond present around the central metal atom or ion. Well, in the complex there are 3 chloride ions present. Well, what about those chloride ions? Chloride ions are going to make what? They are going to make a ionic bond. Okay, they are going to make a ionic bond with the central metal ion cobalt. Therefore, in a complex, in this complex particularly, is going to have two spheres. One is called, okay, coordination sphere, and second is called ionization sphere. Why it is called coordination sphere? Means here they are non-replaceable. Whatever the ligands, ammonia, we said it act as a ligand here. The ligand, the central metal atom or ion, along with the ligand, say M, Lx, it will be indicated within a square bracket. It acts as a coordination sphere. Okay, it do not undergo dissociation. It do not dissociate. This coordination sphere remains even in the solution phase. Well, so the metal with the central metal, okay, the central metal atom or ion with the ligands constitutes what? Constitutes the coordination sphere. And outside the coordination sphere, whatever the species present, they constitute what? They constitute the ionization sphere. Further, why it is called ionization sphere? Means since it involves in a ionization. Whatever the things present outside the coordination sphere, they involve in ionization. Therefore, it considered as a ionization sphere. So if you consider if that hexamine cobalt 3 complex, okay, if this complex is dissolved in suitable solvent, if hexammine cobalt 3 complex is dissolved in suitable solvent, what happens? It splits, as I said, it splits into constituent ions. That is, one is the CONH3 6 times, okay, 6 times 3 plus 3 Cl minus. So what happened here? It is the central metal ion along with the ligand. It constitutes one sphere. It is the coordination sphere, and whatever the chloride ions present outside the sphere, it splits into, okay, 3 chloride ions. It constitutes the ionization sphere. Okay, well, so in general, remember, if you consider a coordination compound or coordination complexes, there will be two spheres. One is the coordination sphere. What it contains? It contains central metal atom or ion along with the ligands, which is indicated within a square bracket. And the species present outside this coordination sphere, okay, outside this coordination sphere, they act as what? They act as a ionization sphere. As they involve in ionization, therefore it is named as a ionization sphere. Okay, well, now if you consider structure of coordination compounds on the basis of Werner's theory, whatever the complexes are specified, say the first one COCl3.6NH3, so hexaamine cobalt 3 chloride, okay, is the name of a complex. So how I have written this complex? That is CONH3 6 times, okay, square bracket, it constitutes the coordination sphere, and all Cl are present outside the coordination sphere. Okay, well, now if you consider the structure here, so cobalt is present at the center of the complex and is get surrounded by 6 ammonia molecules. What type of bond is formed here? They are going to form a coordinate bond. All 6 ammonia molecules are going to form coordinate bond, and it constitutes what? It constitutes octahedral geometry. Octahedral geometry. Okay, and what about 3 chloride ions? 3 chloride ions are going to constitute ionic sphere. So here the solid line, again solid line indicates the coordinate bond and the dotted line indicates the ionic bond. Okay, so solid line indicates coordinate bond, and what about the dotted line? That dotted line indicates the ionic bond. Okay, well, so is the form. Then further, if you consider, okay, form, chemical form, how we have written? CONH3 6 times Cl3. Well, now the second complex what I said, COCl3 dot 5NH3. So how we are going to write this complex means, say CONH3 NH3 5 times Cl. It constitutes the coordination sphere, and there will be 2 chloride ions present outside the coordination sphere. Then if I consider name of this complex, so 5 ammonia, therefore pentamine, okay, pentamine. One chlorine, sorry, so one chloride act as a ligand here, therefore it is named as a chlorido, pentamine chlorido, cobalt oxidation state is 3, cobalt 3 chloride. Okay, is the name of a complex. Then how we are going to write here? Yes, cobalt is present at the center, and 5 ammonia, one chloride ion. Out of 3 chloride, one act as a ligand here, therefore 5 ammonia molecules, okay, 5 ammonia molecules going to make a coordinate bond, and one chloride ion also going to make a coordinate covalent bond. And what about another two? They are going to make ionic bond with the cobalt. So is the structure for, okay, structure for pentamine cobalt, so pentamine chlorido cobalt 3, pentamine chlorido cobalt 3 chloride complex. Okay, well, these structures, whatever the structures we are specifying, it is in accordance with what? In accordance with the Werner's theory. Okay, well, then The third complex, what we said, COCl3 dot 4NH3, which means here, so how we are writing? So cobalt NH3 NH3 4 times Cl2 means 4 ammonia are going to act as a ligand here. They are going to make a coordinate bond, and out of 3 Cl, 2 Cl, 2 chloride ions are going to make coordinate bond. Therefore, say structure, 4 ammonia molecules going to make coordinate bond, so indicated with the solid line, and 2 chloride ions are also going to make coordinate bond. So they are also indicated with solid line, and 1 Cl, 1 chloride is going to make ionic bond, so indicated with the dotted line itself. So again geometry is octahedral, so only change is that ionization pair. Okay, well, so what is the name here? Tetramine. Tetra, 4 ammonia molecules, therefore we say tetramine. Tetramine dichlorido, dichlorido cobalt, cobalt 3 chloride is the name of a what? Name of this complex. Okay, well, now so CONH3 4 times Cl2, okay, dot Cl. Then the fourth one, what we said, COCl3 dot 3NH3, which means here, say CONH3 NH3 what? NH3 3 times Cl3. So only 5 ammonia only 3 ammonia molecules are present, therefore all 3 going to make a coordinate bond. And what about Cl? All Cl, 3 Cl molecules also going to make a coordinate bond. So name, if I consider name of the complex, say here 3 means I can say tri, right? Triamine, trichlorido, okay, cobalt 3 complex. So here tri we cannot use 2 times, therefore how we are going to change? Trisamine, okay, trisamine trichlorido cobalt 3, okay, is the correct name, right? Well, if you consider the structure, how we are going to have a structure of the complex? So here all ammonia molecules and all chloride ions are going to make a coordinate bond itself. Therefore, cobalt is present at the center, the central metal atom, and is get surrounded by 3 ammonia and 3 chloride ions. Okay, well, is the preferred structure for the complex. Got it? So well. So now here, based on the ionizability of some complex compounds, they are going to exhibit different colors. That is, there will be variation in the color. What is the basis? Based on the ionizability of the complex. So well, we can analyze that also. So if you consider first complex, hexamine cobalt 3 chloride, it is yellow in color. So is going to contain 3 chloride ions in the ionization sphere. So, and what is the color of the complex? It is yellow in color. Okay, name of the complex is hexamine cobalt 3 chloride, which is yellow in color. Now further, if you consider the next form of a complex, what is that? Pentamine chlorido cobalt 3 chloride. So it is purple in color, and even you can consider the number of ions present in a solution. Then if you consider tetramine dichlorido cobalt 3 chloride is going to have green in color, is going to exhibit green color. Then if you consider next complex, okay, tetramine dichlorido cobalt, okay, cobalt 3 chloride, but what is the form here? Cis form. So I will consider what the meaning of cis and trans. So just to consider here, the color of the complex even depends on what? Depends on the ionization sphere. Okay, well, so here trans isomer tetramine dichlorido cobalt, trans tetramine dichlorido cobalt 3 chloride complex, which is green in color. But what? Tetramine cis tetramine dichlorido cobalt 3 chloride, which is violet in color. Well, okay, then coming to the MCQs. Secondary valency of a metal can be satisfied by, okay, if you consider secondary valency, so option A negative ions, option B positive ions, option C neutral molecules, D all of these. So if you consider secondary valency, yes, it can be satisfied by negative ions, positive ions, or even neutral molecule. So what is the answer? All of these is a correct. Next one, which of the following is green colored? They are asking color of the complex. So pentamine chlorido cobalt 3 chloride, tetramine dichlorido cobalt 3 chloride, tetramine dichlorido cobalt 3 chloride, it is cis, and hexaqua nickel 2 chloride, hydrous nickel salt. So what is the answer? B and D. So B tetramine dichlorido cobalt 3 chloride trans isomer, which is green in color, we already considered, and one more is hexaqua. Okay, hexaqua aqua AQA. Why we are saying aqua means there is a water molecule. So hexaqua nickel 2 chloride, which is also green in color. Remember this. Well, okay, so option B and D both are as per our consideration. Now at present B is correct. Okay, well, so with this I'm going to conclude about this session. Again in the next session we'll go for other concept. Okay, thank you, be safe.